This video is going to take you through the steps of creating your graffiti and placing it into SketchUp and then creating it in SketchUp. So as we spoke about in class, step one, you're going to create your letters as tag letters with space between them of your first or last name. Second step, you're going to add some thickness by creating a box around each segment of the letter and then eliminating, erasing, right, inside so they become individual thick letters. And then I'm going to give you another piece of vellum, that tracing paper that I gave you, and you're going to connect them or overlap them so that they are close together like you see in 3 here. The fourth step, the final step of drawing, is you're going to add some shadow and some outline to it. Inside the letters, we're going to go to a site like Graffiti Creator, and you can see here all these designs and lines and stars and bubbles and things that are inside these letters. That's the kind of stuff I want to see inside yours. So if you open Firefox and go to this website, graffiticreator.net, you can click on any of these to load them and click and kind of play around and see what kind of designs, ornamentation, you can find inside of your letter. And then you'll draw that on your piece. So as an example, in Richie's folder here in the class, this was his that he drew. Here's another example in Tyler's folder here. This was Tyler's version of it. All right. What we're going to do is open up SketchUp. So when you're done with your drawing, you bring it to me. I'll take a picture. I'll put it in your folder. And then the next step is open up SketchUp. Go to File and New. If this girl or guy comes up, just click on them and hit Delete. You can hit this button right here at the very top. This is the Zoom Extents. Click that. Then go File, Import. At that point, you have to find the JPEG that I put inside your folder. So if I go to Graphics, and I go to Shimsky and Period 6, let's say I go to whichever, it doesn't matter. Tyler's here. I open it up, and I hit Import. You'll see it's like kind of moving with me right now. I'm just going to click on the corner, the center origin point here. Click, and just drag out a little bit. You do not have to drag out this big. That's too big. I'm going to go kind of small, like that. And I'm going to click to let go. Now, it just looks like a rectangle at this point. But on your keyboard, if you hit Command 1, you see here, you can get it from the top. If you go to Camera, Standard Views, Top, or Command 1 on your keyboard, you see it from the front like that. Now you must obviously scroll to zoom in, and you should be able to see your letters pretty well. What you're going to be doing now is drawing everything that you see. You can start with the ornamentation, like designs inside the letters, and then work your way out. Here are the tools you're going to be using. I'll give you an example here, like kind of on the E. All right? Up at the top or on this toolbar that you're used to, you can use a couple of different tools. So here's one. You can use that pencil tool, the line tool. You can go up to a piece, and you're going to have to zoom in pretty well to get these right. You're going to click once, twice, 3, 4, right? And back to where you started, I have a piece. I'll do another one. 1, 2, 3. Now that's easy. We've used that tool before. So let's add a new tool to the mix, all right? This one right here, it lets you draw any kind of shaped line. It's the freehand tool. So for example, I might go here, and you're going to do little bits at a time, the way I'm showing you, and you're going to see what to do next. So I draw that line. I'm even going to kind of stop here and connect it. And I'll come over here and just kind of connect it. See what happens? And then I'm going to continue from there. Add some more to the line. Add some more. And connect it. Now this line now, I do not need anymore. So I'm going to use the eraser tool and erase that line. Erase that line. That's the way you're going to begin to work. Now, this line doesn't look as smooth as it could, probably. So one way to get really nice smooth lines is to use the 2-point arc here, or you can hit A on your keyboard. And this is the way this works. Watch. We click one time here, click one time on this side, and you pull out. And that might be a nicer kind of curve. And then I click again, and now I have that nice curve. So I take this line and just get rid of it. Just like that. So you're going to continue that. You're just going to continue drawing line after line after line everywhere until the whole thing is filled up. An example would be what I believe Richie has kind of almost finished. It's getting close to. And that looks like this. So you can see here, he drew all those lines like I just showed you. Then what you start to do towards the end of the project, once you've drawn everything, is you're going to take the push-pull, and you're going to start to pull pieces up. So you can see over here that he's began to pull pieces up. From the side, it's going to look like buildings in a city, but from the front, You're just giving it some life. As you pull these up, do not pull them all up to the exact same level. Maybe some of them get pulled to the same level, but if every one of them's pulled up to the same level, then it's just going to look flat. You have to make a difference, between them like that, so that there's some difference in levels for when we print this out. When you think you're done, come see me.